It seems to me that what's going to happen over the next 3 years is that in 2027, Tesla's going to make probably 3 million vehicles between cybercabs and cars that they sell as robotaxis.
Hmm.
Maybe it's 1.5 million of each, maybe it's two of one and one of the other, but maybe they'll make 3 million vehicles in 2027. I don't think that's a crazy number. That they would be that when people buy them, they would be buying them. If it'll either go into Tesla's fleet, their own fleet, or the people that buy those 3 million will be buying them with the idea of putting them into a fleet of taxis. 3 million of those vehicles would take 15 million cars out of the potential need for cars worldwide.
Hmm.
Out of 70, let's call it 75 million to make it easy. So 20% of the existing vehicle purchases will be eliminated in 1 year,
Right.
which would be devastating to virtually every car company in the world
Hmm.
if they lost 20% in 1 year on average. The next year, I'm assuming that Tesla will do 5 million. It wouldn't be a very big get for them to go from 3 to 5 in 1 year. That would take 25% of the total fleet potential, the sales, away from the makers out there. Did I say 25%? I believe that's 1/3.
Yeah, it'd
25
be a little
million.
higher. Yeah.
25 million would be 1/3 of all the vehicles that could potentially be sold. I think that would finish off a bunch of automakers. Um, what when that happens, my perception of this is
And let me add fuel to the fire
go
here.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
So, um, pretty soon you would have a situation where Tesla would begin to drift their price down on the per mile cost from $2 a mile down to $1 a mile.
Yes.
And then it would start to get pretty wild. Also, I believe cities are going to be charging taxes on these rides. So in general, cities should be really happy about this, and uh, would likely like compete for the business to get added. It would be a much larger source of revenue than Uber or Lyft is now currently for cities.
So I have this theory that at some point, 27, 28, somewhere in that range, the average consumer out there, not all of them, but the average consumer will go, I'm not going to buy another car. Maybe I have two now.
Mhm.
I'm not going to replace my oldest car when the time comes. When I run it into the ground or when I decide to sell it, I'm going to go to one car. And other people will say, I don't need any car at all. And there'll be a point at which people will go, I don't need a car. It's way easier to do this.
Right.
And so even if the 25, if the 5 million doesn't replace the 75 million, another bunch of cars won't get sold because people be going, no, I'm just going to wear my car out. And I'm never buying another car. And this might be particularly true in places like China, maybe particularly true, maybe even more in Europe than in the United States. It may be true on the coasts more than in the heartland. But I think it's going to be a thing where there's going to be a switch that goes off, kind of like flip phone to iPhone, where it's like, no, I'm not doing a flip phone anymore. No, I'm not going to own a vehicle anymore.
Mhm.
And you have one of your favorite companies out there that does it, car insurance, and car insurance might be one of the main reasons instead of gasoline costs.
Right. Parking and insurance. Folks don't think about that often, but if you work downtown, you may have a monthly parking slip that you park in. You got your special number. But if you don't, it's $20 or more per day
Hey,
to park during the day, and you may have to pull it out by 5 p.m. so the shoppers can take that spot at night. Um, so there's a lot of people that use Uber and Lyft just because of the parking cost. But you're right, insurance, if you have driving issues, I think a lot of people use Uber and Lyft because they don't have a great driving record.
Right.
And according to Warren Redlick, up to 10% of people have um, some kind of thing with driving while intoxicated.
Okay. Wow.
I'm shocked by that. I
Yeah, and he was
didn't know it'd be that high.
he was in that business, so that's
Yeah, he was in that business. Um, but you have people who have gotten seriously injured, or maybe they can't afford a second car, or multiple cars in the family. But I agree with you. If your city is covered with robotaxis, kind of like how, and I think this was before COVID, where Uber and Lyft were like in really heavy competition. And
yeah,
there was this time where wait times were short, prices were pretty low. Um, this was a time where a lot of people chose not to have a car.
yeah,
And so I think you'll see these households where you have two adults and they have two vehicles, they would go down to one.
right.
If you're living in a city that's, covered extremely well by a ride shares.
If you happen to be a big fan of the Cybertruck, you might also be interested in this super fun Cybertruck refrigerator magnet and bottle opener. It is made out of super thick stainless steel, just like the Cybertruck, and it has this giant magnet on the back, so it's going to hold a lot of stuff on your refrigerator. It's an amazing gift, and it comes in that great gift box that you saw before that uses a magnet opener, just almost like an Apple box, like when you get Apple products. You can buy it on Amazon for $29.95, or you can buy it direct from me by sending $25 to paypal.me/Randy Kirk, all in lowercase letters. Please indicate whether you want the stainless steel look, or maybe you'd like to have this very clever camo version. And then if you're not in the US, please add $20 for freight. If you'd like more than one, please check the information below to get pricing, as well as all that information I just told you will be repeated in the information below. So once again, think about joining the channel, getting the up-to-date Tesla news every single day. I think you'll be glad you did.